Yes, yes, yes. It's the Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio. And you are in tune to Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio, with Boxing Talk with Rafi. Okay, we've heard the notification, so we are live. Okay, what does I need to do over here? Okay, first things first, let me set the screen. Where are we? Where are we? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so let's get this right. Okay, so it's Boxing Talk with Rafi 297. Where's me scroller? There we go. 297. Okay, 3 away from the 300 mark. 3 away from the 300. Where are my numerology people? What does that mean? What's the meaning of this? It means that we're almost at 300. Almost 300 episodes. And they went by like that. Don't seem all that long. But persistence. That's the name of the game. Persistence. Okay. So lots of things going on. Do I go live tonight? That was the question. I thought, why not? I had a look around, not a lot going on. So go live, feed the people, give the people something to eat. Okay. So where do we begin? So much things to talk about. What's the starting place? I think it's probably got to be John Fury speaking on Tyson Fury. As a matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat, before we even get into that, let's do the sound check. Almost forgot. Rat-tat-tat-tat. Okay, let's kill the music just for a tiny second so we don't get no interference. Okay, let's kill the music just for a tiny second. Okay, that sounds respectable. Okay, so I think that's where we start. John Fury's been doing a lot of talking just of late, last few days, talking about the Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder situation. And what he's saying is a bit disturbing. John Fury's words are a bit disturbing. That's one of the topics. Then we got Pacquiao versus Ugas. Apparently, the price point remains the same, even though it's a different opponent. It's not Spence anymore. It's going to be Ugas. But our Yankee friends, our Yankee brethren, are still going to have to shell out $79.99, $80. How much are we paying? Where are we going to get that? On Sky? Okay, I think, is that going to be on Sky? Why am I thinking that's going to be on Sky? I don't know where the hell that's going to be in the UK. What platform is that going to be on the UK, in the UK? One of my Yankee Doodles, Andy friends, up in the building. How you doing? The Red Glove Militant. You're gonna have to pay $79. $79 for that Red Glove Militant. Yeah. So there's that. Of course, there's the Ortiz fight. There's the Boazzi fight. There's the Rigondeaux versus Casemiro fight. That will be in the past. It will be in the past in the UK. It will be in the past. Or we can watch it live. I don't know if it's Sky. covering that fight. As a matter of fact, I think we're looking into that, so we should have the answer to the question before the end of the show. Okay, what else? Ortiz versus Kavaluskas. That's that. I got a list of those things coming up. But anyway, as a matter of fact, why don't we look at that right now? Damn, mouth's dry. Let me take this sip of this aqua. Now, water tastes so nice when you're thirsty. Okay, let me share my screen with you. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, can you see that? What's the visibility like? It's good. Visibility, good. Okay, let's have a look at this. Let's get into this straight away without delay. Casemiro versus, how rude of me. Let me just drop this in, just in case anybody wants to jump in. And let me pin that. Let me pin that right there. Boom, boom. Is it pinned? Is it pinned or not? Okay, I don't know. Should be. Okay, let's get into this. Let's have a look. Casemiro versus Rigondeaux. Let's have a look. View fight info. What's going on? Okay, so let's get that out of the way. All right, so that's the Dignity Health Sports Park, California, United States. Dignity Health Sports Park sounds like an industrial estate. Sounds like an industrial estate with badly parked cars. Okay, I'm sure it's more organized than that, right? So Casemiro v. Rigondeaux. What's the date on that? August the 14th. That's tomorrow. Conveniently. Okay, Sunday. So that's 3 a.m. European London time. 3 a.m. Hopefully, Rafi should be nicely tucked up in bed, ready for an early start on Sunday. Broadcast start time, yeah? UK. Well, who's showing it in the UK? WBO World Bantam Championship. Who's showing it in the UK? Current rankings 2 for Casemiro. I didn't say that. Missed it. Can't see it. Oh, there it is. Current rankings ring 2 for Casemiro, 7 for Rigondeaux. What is it? Rigondeaux. Okay, rankings. They're not ranked in the WBA, unsurprisingly. WBC, no rankings. WBO, no rankings there. 4th rank there. IBF, no rankings. Damn. Okay. So, it's on Showtime. Who shows Showtime in the UK? If anybody. Okay, when is Casemiro versus Rigondeaux? Casemiro v. Rigondeaux. Saturday 14th. We know that Dignity Health Center fight scheduled for 12 rounds in the bantamweight division, which means the weight limit will be 118 pounds at 8.4 stone. 8.4 stones. Oh my gosh. That's like what? That's not even half my body weight. That's not even half my body weight. Goodness gracious me. What's going on? Well, my bell won't ring. I was worried my bell wouldn't work for a second. Got it working in a jiffy. No problem. Okay, so don't know who's showing that in the UK. Hopefully, someone may be able to illuminate. on the matter. What's that there? Let's have a look what's going on. Philip Carl Roberts up in the building. Won't be 100k waiting in the UK for Ugas versus Manny fight, that's for sure. Won't be 100k. Oh my gosh, yeah, that guy made a live about me. That guy made a live about me. Not that I was watching, somebody else got me hip to it. It's pinned. It is pinned. Somebody else got me hip to it. And I listened for a few minutes. But you know, the thing is this. At least I had the courtesy to send the dude an email. I offered something of an olive branch, you know, say, well, hey, you know, to indicate that we could work together. We could find a resolution. In the alleged copyright infringement, but the YouTubes, I think it's on Sky Sport. That's what I thought. That's what I think. That's what I'm not sure, but that's what I think. Yeah, I sent an email. You know, they give you an option to say you can just accept it. You can send an email to the fella and try to work it out. You know, meet halfway. And you can also appeal it. So I made the appeal, but then I thought, hold on a second. Well, that's not going the whole way. Going the whole way is also sending an email to the other party. So I sent the email to the other party probably a day, 24 hours after I appealed it. The YouTube, then they decide whether it's a good enough reason. And if it's a good enough reason in the YouTube's eyes, then they forward your appeal to the other party. So that's step one. Step one is you get through, they'll send it on. That means success in the first phase for you. If they don't think it's a strong enough argument, then they just bin it and that's it. You know, you accept your fate. But they've sent it on. They've sent my appeal on. They send it on word for word. You have this form you fill in with your appeal. And you have to state the reason why you think that you have not infringed. Like I say, if they bin it, it's over. But if they send it on, then the case goes on. Then it's up to the other party to make their move if they so see fit. But I did that. It's been sent on. But also I sent an email. But dude talked about the email. They will be showing the fight. The fight's going to be on Sky Sports. I think I've got that covered, so I'll be good. But I'll be sleeping. Okay, so I sent the email on. Sent the email. Talked about the email. But he didn't respond to the email. So I think I've been the bigger man. I've reached out and communicated. And if he wanted to counter, he could very well have done so via email, which he has not done. But as a matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat, I'm just going to check my email right now. Who is this? Is that him to me? I don't think so. No. Email sent. That's rather bad form. Very bad form. Okay. That's what we're looking at here. People with an agenda won't work with you unless you are pushing the same agenda. What's that cryptic message there? I'm going to have to get Inspector Clouseau on the case to try and decipher this. Oh, gosh. Okay, so that's Rigondeaux versus Casemiro. That's at 3 a.m. What's that? Starts at 3 a.m. Oh, the ring walk is 3 a.m. Okay. Some people might be up for that. I doubt that I will be. Got to get the beauty sleep in. Okay. So, what else is on? Oh, Saturday the 14th. We're going straight to that. Get that out of there. Get that out of there. Okay, Boatsi versus Balotinix. Oh, my call on that one. My call on the first one. It's hard. It's very difficult. Let's wait with that one. Boatsi versus Blotnix. Bolotnix. Let's have a look. What else is on there? Oh, is that Zelfa Barrett versus Simeon? Okay. I've got a picture of Zelfa Barrett. Oh dear. Come on, Eddie. Come on, step your game up. Let's have a look. August the 14th, Saturday. Matchroom, Fight Camp, Essex. 12-round contest, light heavyweight. Boatsi versus Balotinix. Saturday, what is this? Estimated ring time, Saturday, 10 p.m. London. UK start time, 7 p.m. Oh, it's of course on DAZN. For a second, I was thinking it was Sky, but of course, Eddie Hearn has taken his people and gone over to DAZN, left Sky. That's a different topic. We'll talk about it sometime. Okay, so who the hell is Balotinix? Who the hell is Balotinix? Rankings, Boatsi, The Ring Magazine, 10. Balotinix, nil point. WBA, the infamous WBA, 2. Balotinix, 3. Okay. WBC, Boatsi, 4. Balotinix, nil point. WBO, Boatsi, 7. Balotinix, 5. Okay, so Balotinix is actually ranked higher than Boatsi in the WBO. IBF, Boatsi 3, Balotinix 6. What is this here? Yeah, so I don't know who the hell Balotinix is. Where the hell does he come from? Where is his nationality? The Polish fella? Might be a Polish fella. Might be one of these Eastern European. Oh, it could be a Russian cat. Some Siberian cat. Never heard of him. We'll obviously be going with Boatsi. But we don't know. We don't know this cat. Okay. All right, let's have a look. I will be up for it. Boxing night and my birthday on the 20th. Well, happy birthday in advance, so we'll remember closer to the date. Fight Camp card has changed a lot since it was announced. Austrian. He's an Austrian, Latvian fella. Yeah, the kind of Russian cats. Mind you, Russia. Yeah, Austria is more German. Austria leans towards Germany. It was occupied in, what was it, the Second World War? Arnold Schwarzenegger territory. Close to the damn flags are similar. Yeah. Who made a video about me? Yeah, he didn't mention my name in the whole video. I thought that was rather cheeky. That was rather disrespectful. Yeah, so I shan't mention his, but it's a cat who I made a video about one of his videos the other day. And yeah, is there some saltiness involved? I think there's some saltiness involved. He didn't mention me, so I shan't mention him, but we're going through litigation. So, you know, all will be revealed in due course. But I have to let the wheels of justice turn. And as we know, the wheels of justice turn slowly. So just let the wheels of justice do its thing. But I'm open to receive an email response to the email that I sent to the fella the American fella in question, a guy from New York, a cop, New York cop. Okay, he said something. I think he said that I look weak. Dear, I can assure you, my good man, I'm far from that. Many things. I mean, many things, but weak ain't one of them. Not mentally or physically, my good man. You want to post up pictures of you making grown men fly through the air? Is that what you want me to do? Shall I bring up one of them pics for you? Don't worry, there's a soft landing on the mat. Oh, don't worry yourself. Okay, so that's Watsy Blotniks. You got that to look forward also. This weekend, tomorrow, actually. Okay, so yeah, I'm going with the one I know, Watsy. I don't know Blotniks. We'll see. We shall see. Okay, let us move on. Let's look at the weekend fixtures. What is this? Oh. Okay. This what's going on here? Casemiro, we've covered that. Casemiro versus Rigondeaux. Covered that. What are we looking at? Okay. Ortiz versus Kabaluskas. AKA Main Machine. Let's have a little look at this. Let's open up the info. That's tomorrow as well. August 14th. The Star, Frisco, United States, Frisco. Okay. Look at these fellas. They wouldn't make male models, but they don't half know how to scrap. They can have a scrap, mate. Okay. Kabaluskas, remember? Did he drop Crawford? Did he drop Crawford? Yeah, I think he dropped him. Crawford was kind of in close, so he kind of held on. Knees went, and then he got back up. Hey, no shame in that, but that just shows you that Kabaluskas, and that was a tough fight. He's had a few very intriguing, tough fights. Kabaluskas is he the Greek guy? Where's he from? Is that the Greek flag? That don't look like the Greek flag. I'll have a look at that in a second. And Ortiz Jr. These guys have got skills. They got skills. Let's go deeper into it. Okay, age 23 versus 33. That's Ortiz. And that is Kabaluskas. 5'10", 5'9", just an inch in it. Only an inch in it. Reach, pretty much damn near equal. 178 centimeters. Kabaluskas got 2 centimeter advantage. Orthodox feet, orthodox. 17 wins. Out of 22 for Kabaluskas. 17 KOs out of 17 wins, 18 out of 22. So that's still high knockout ratios, 100% versus 82. I'm looking forward for this fight. Will I still be up for it? Highly unlikely. Pretty much damn near impossible. 52 rounds versus 112. Turned pro 2016. Turned pro 2013. Talking about Kabaluskas 2013. Kabaluskas stopped once, only one loss. Did Crawford stop him? Must have done. Okay, there's the rankings. Virgil Ortiz Jr. versus Ugas. Kabaluskas. What time does that go live? What time do they go live? They don't even tell me. Oh, does it? Estimated ring time, Europe, 3 a.m. That must be the standard time they're trying to adhere to now. Maybe. Let's have a look at this. Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz Jr. Let's have a look what they're saying about him. Let's have a look at Kabaluskas. Okay, 1 KO loss. Welterweight. What's that country? What's the country of origin? Oh, Lithuania. Yeah, we talked about this earlier. Lithuania. Lost Terence Crawford 9th round. TKO. Only loss. Hey, I'm looking forward to this fight. I'll catch it in the morning. Hell of a lot of boxing. Hell of a lot of boxing tomorrow. Hell of a lot of boxing. Damn, it's all over the place. But, gotta stay disciplined with the sleep times, etc., etc. Okay, let's come out to that. Oh, I'm going with Ortiz Jr. on that. I like this kid. He can box. He's got some damn heavy hands. Yeah, should call him Ortiz Jr. the problem. All right, let's look what else is going on. That's the headline card. Franco v. Maloney, the Australian. Didn't he get ripped off last time out? Maloney. Yeah. Okay. What is that? What's the date on that? Fight info. August the 14th, tomorrow as well. Okay. This year, it used to be 4 a.m. 3 is a lot better. Yeah, well, I remember first Fury versus Wilder versus Fury, the first one. I'm pretty sure that was closer to 5 a.m. So a lot of them fights used to start at 5 a.m. Some of them used to start at 5, I remember. So 3 o'clock is a lot better than that. 3 o'clock start for us over here in the UK, Europe. TKO 22 up in the building. Okay, so for the latecomers, we've already talked about the weekend headlining fights. Talked about them already. So let's drop that down. What we're looking at now. Where are we going next? Okay, so where are we? Am I gonna go there? Or am I gonna go? Oh, that's where I'm gonna go. Okay, let's share that then. Hello and welcome to those just coming on in. Rafi doesn't often go live on a Friday now, Mao. I looked around and I saw there was a paucity of live shows, so I said, okay, let me step in and fill the bridge. Aqua. We're on the Aqua tonight. Okay, AOBZ up in the building. Yeah, man, we're talking about it. We're talking some boxing and stuff. Okay, and Now let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this. What are we here? What do we have here? Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao versus Yordanis Ugas. Selling for 70. I think I said 79. I have to correct that. Matter of fact. Can I do that right now? We do that right now on the fly. Yeah, let me do that. 74.99. Let me correct the title. Mid-flow as we go. Live show. Let's get into that. Hopefully I'm not sharing this. No, good. I think I did that last time. 74. Because you know how you have some busybodies who like to come around and say, oh no, Rafi said it was 79.95. You lied. You was $4 out. You lied. Okay, so that has now been corrected. Boom. Save. Okay. Let's get back into this. And back into that. Alright, we're good. We're in good shape. Matter of fact, rat-tat-tat-tat, did I even share this over in a particular place? Sent a message. Okay, what's going on? I've received the message. What's going on? Live. I received the message. I'm signed in already. What's wrong with you? I follow Dawkins. I'm already signed in. Alright, get the hell out of here. Waste of time. Trying to get into some of these damn apps. Make sure I've shared it. The hell is all of that? Tone up in the building. Still trying to send this message right here. I send this link. Okay. I'm trying to send this message right here. Boom. Okay, live now. We are live now. Boom. Okay, obligation done. Move on. Well, what's going on? Okay. So, Manny Pacquiao versus Yordanis Ugas selling for £74.99 on PPV. I don't really need to go in too deep on this. The title is self-explanatory. And so the question is, should they really be trying to sell this thing on PPV for $74.99? $74.99? Is that wise? Is that prudent? Is that going to get eyeballs on the fight? Or is it a simple case that to fulfill Manny Pacquiao's guarantee, it needs to be on PPV? I don't know, man. King Rafi, legend. Very much appreciated. Live now. Yes. Yes, live now. Boom. Okay, much appreciated from the Facebook family. All right, so yeah, let's get on. Want some more of the story? Manny Pacquiao versus Yordanis Ugas will surprisingly be selling at the same $74.99 price point on Fox Sports PPV, which is the same price as before when Errol Spence Jr. was scheduled to face Manny August the 21st. Obviously, boxing fans are not happy. Some boxing fans are not happy. The price point hasn't moved. Fans wanted to see the price reduced to at least 60 or less, due to Ugas being far less of an attraction than Spence. Okay. Well, I think it should be reduced far more than that. Really, they should be going down. Ideally, they'd be going down to like around maybe $30, maybe $33.33. You know what I'm saying? Just drop it, halve it, whatever. But like I say, with the financial agreements, financial arrangements, I don't know if they can do that. So maybe they're just stuck. Maybe they're just stuck at that price point, which is highly unfortunate. But on the flip side of that, I think it's going to be one hell of a fight. Ugas is not going to come to lie down. He's got lead in his feet, in my opinion, but he's got lightning in those counter punches. Is he really a killer? Is Ugas a killer? I don't know if Yordanis Ugas could be described as a killer, but he does have lightning fast counter punches. But is he a killer? Is he gonna knock Pacquiao dead? He's bigger than Pacquiao. We know that. What's his knockout ratio? KO ratio, 40%. Beat 26 guys, lost 4 times. But 12 KOs, that's less than half of his 26 wins. 40% KO ratio. I'm sticking with Manny. Pac is a PPV fat boxer. I'm pointing out the obvious, I know. But no doubt, they're banking on his fans paying top dollar, no matter who he fights. That's a good point. His fans, who will be the majority, they'll be the ones stomping up for this. I don't know how many people stomping up for Ugas. I really don't know. Manny all day. Take a sip of my aqua. Damn, is it almost gone already? Okay, that's nice. Yeah, yes. Okay. 74. I think it should go down. I think that would have been wise to drop it. Maybe to 50. Should have dropped it to 50 at least. Picking Pac-Man as well. Okay. So where are we going? Where are we going next? Let's come out of that. Stop sharing that as we move. I wonder if Spence will have an eye on Wonder if Spence will have an eye on the fight. That's interesting. Hope he heals up. Oh my gosh, OMG. Let's since you mentioned that, let me go over to, it's not even the studio that I'm looking for, is it? No. Let me go over to the channel and let's have a look at, the community page. Okay, so let's bring this up and let's share this. Let's have a look at this. Let's share this. Okay, so Matt, can you see that? Let me get that bigger. Let me step away from the mic for 30 seconds. Hopefully you should be able to see that now. Okay. Anyone listen to the Bernard Hopkins interview? I have not. Should I? Is it good? Uh-oh. Thinks the injuries are fake? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Damn. Okay. Let's have a look at the poll. Let's bring it up even more. Okay. Let's drop the music out just for a second. Let's drop the music out. Okay, I think you can see it now. Okay, so this was the result of the poll. Errol Spence, post eye up. Do you think Errol Spence injury is legit? 61%. Do you think Errol Spence injury is fake? 39%. So what's that? 60 by 40. Yeah, 60% over 40%. That's alarmingly close. Alarmingly close. What's this? Yeah, he was straight up about Spence injury. Everyone knows it's a duck, but they're all trying to be politically correct. Well, here's the thing, TK. Here's the thing. Here's my question. If the Spence injury is fake, as some believe, don't you think that's an awful lot of people who'd have to be in on the conspiracy? If it's a fake injury, then it's a conspiracy. If it's a conspiracy, then the doctors they saw, allegedly 3, would have to be in on it. I suppose if he doesn't name them, then they don't. But certainly, at least the commissioner's doctor, the commissioning body, their doctor would have to sign off on that. Their doctor would have to sign paper to say, yeah, this is the tear. There's a tear of the left retina, and you'd have to have a little diagram showing exactly where the tear is. The percentage of the tear, what percentage is the tear, what percentage of the retina is torn. Apparently it's a small tear, very small tear. which should be quick healing. But I don't think you should quick heal. I don't think you should rush back from anything like that. You got to make sure it's settled. It seems like a lot of people would have to sign off on that and would have to be co-conspirators. So to be successful co-conspirators, it requires an oath of silence, yeah, an oath of secrecy. But there's not many people who can keep a secret. So it becomes highly questionable. I find it highly questionable whether they could pull off a move like that. And I find that it would be a bold move. It'd be hard to pull off. Hard, if not impossible, to pull off. That's my position on that. You know what's going on. Hopkins may have a point, but he's a fine one to talk. He's a bit crafty himself. P-Up has a reputation. He used to make a meal out of nothing in some fights. Yeah, that's true. Rafi, we all know these guys are corrupt. It's a mafia business over there with the PBC and all those sanctioning bodies. Where is the hospital reports, the scans? Yeah, I'd like to see the reports. I always like to see the paperwork. So the paperwork would be welcome. It seems brazen. You see, when you're in an enterprise like that, when you're in an alleged, if it's a ruse, if it is a ruse, which I don't believe it is, but it might be. If it is a ruse, then that's one hell of a ruse. All it is a lot of working parts. Those are not good ruses, you know. So many working parts, too many working parts, too many moving parts, should I say? So it's a brazen endeavor, very, very brazen, and reputations could be broken. Do I think that Spence would put himself in that position? I do not. I don't think Spence would put himself in a position where his reputation would be sullied for the rest of his living days. Do I think? No, I don't believe so. And I hope you're wrong, TK. I hope you're wrong. I don't believe Spence would put himself in that predicament. That would be crazy for him to do. Not saying it's impossible, but it would be crazy for him to do. That would be as crazy as what's his name? What's the guy's name? Mark Breland. That would be as crazy as Mark Breland contaminating Deontay Wilder's water, putting a doping agent in Deontay Wilder's water. I don't believe that either. It's not impossible. Not impossible. The Cuban is coming to fight. I do believe he is. And I believe it will be a heck of a scrap. But I'm sticking with Manny, even though Ugas is the younger guy. I don't know, talented guy, Cuban fighter. He got bronze. in the Olympic Games. But it's a lot to ask. Legal tender says it's against the HIPAA laws for doctors to release private medical records. The doctor can't do it, but an intermediary can. Spence can do it himself, or his people can do it if he gives them permission. I can't fault some fans for having their suspicions. The politics make this a filthy sport. It is indeed a filthy sport, and I can't blame them for having suspicions either. I really cannot. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to go and grab some water. My mouth's getting dry again. Okay, enjoy that. Okay, I'm back. What's happening? What's crack-a-lacking? Yep. Yep, indeed. Yes. Okay. So let's drop that 60%, 40%. That's a disturbingly high figure. 40% believe that the injury is a fake. Manny should have kept those training videos away from the internet. They got Spence shook. I heard that Spence threw up some. I heard that there was some footage of Spence looking less than stellar. Some people consider that a factor as well. But why would he have put up footage, less than stellar footage? Why would he have put that up? Or are they saying, oh, there was a spy in the camp? Is that what they're trying to say? The boxing gods have struck down with great vengeance. 2021 has been a kick in the nuts. One kick in the nuts after another for the boxing fans. That's real talk. That's real talk. Real talk, unfortunately. Let's bring this down. Let's bring that down. Stop sharing that. Bring that down. Okay, let me just run a quick check. Okay. So look what we're working with over here. Alright. Okay. Alright. So let's where are we gonna go now? Let me have a look at some of these windows, see what I got, see what we're working with. Let's see what we're working with. Okay, we can drop that down. And we can drop that like so. Get that out of here. Okay, so I think we can talk about, get that out of here. I think we can talk about, John Fury now. We can talk about John Fury's words in relation to the Tyson Fury fight. If you didn't catch the video, you didn't catch my video earlier on. Matter of fact, let me check on that. Boom. Okay, I'm backstage, folks. I'm just checking on a couple things. Okay, so if you didn't check the video earlier on, it's John Fury says October date up in the air. Didn't say those exact words, but basically he said, yeah, it's touch and go with Tyson Fury's current situation. So go check out that video. That's the last video if you want to hear about that. This part, the part I'm going to cover, deals more, part of the John Fury interview that I'm going to cover deals more with with the boxing side, the actual technical boxing side of the equation. Fury Wilder 3. Before we do that, so what I'm about to cover is not covered in the video. And what's covered in the video, I'm not going to cover here. So before we get into that, I don't think it's a fake. No way. Spence wants, no way Spence won't want to miss on this opportunity to take on Manny. If he has that tear when he had that car accident, he's lucky it didn't get worse after the combat fight. No, he didn't have that. He didn't. I've heard that. I've heard that said. I've heard that sentiment expressed. And I want to talk about it. Yeah. So the tear was found. Apparently, it is stated that the tear was found in a pre-fight medical. So he had a pre-fight medical, or at least he had his eyes checked, so I'm assuming it was a medical. Pre-fight tests, the tear was found. So presumably, logically, he would have had other pre-fight tests, just like that one. So pre-fight test, so presumably any pre-fight test would have showed the torn retina. So from that, we can only conclude that he did not have a torn retina after the car crash. He did not have a torn retina prior to his only fight after the car crash, which was Garcia. He did not have a torn retina before that fight. Presumably in the post-fight checks, he did not have a torn retina after the Garcia fight. And the torn retina has only come about as of late. That's my understanding of the situation. That's my understanding. Okay. So, your opinion? Yeah. Well, I'm glad you made it because I've heard it stated other places, and you reminded me to speak on my position on that. In comes the Iron Kong. Okay. So, what's this? I don't mean in comes, I mean the Iron Kong is in the building. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I meant to say. If the tear from that car accident, lucky it didn't get worse. Yeah, don't believe it came about as a car accident. I believe it's recent. If these tests are normal tests, then he didn't have it for the Garcia fight. We know that. So that rules out him having it during the crash, theoretically. Okay. So, what are we talking about? What were we talking about? Oh yeah. Damn. Oh, damn, that water's nice and cold. Okay. So, what are we looking at? We're looking at John Fury. We're looking at John Fury and what he's got to say on certain technical aspects of the thing. Errol must have injured that eye against Danny Garcia. Well, no, because I mean the pre-fight test would have shown the eye was fine, and also the post-fight test. They gotta have post-fight tests. So I don't know. If you had a post-fight test, then presumably it would have showed up. Presumably. I don't know, man. Presumably. Okay. So, beat around the bush quite a bit. I've been doing some running checks, which I'm still doing now. So have a look at that. Let's have a look at that. And let's have a look at this. We're looking at things. Looking at multiple things as we go. Okay. So, what's going on here? Okay. So it appears to be a similar situation of that of Stipe Miocic suffered. He was able to make a successful return. Let's hope the same for Spence. Miocic, did he have a torn retina? I didn't know about that. Fury still ducking. He may be. I think there's less people now inclined to fight on Fury's behalf. less people now. What is this? I thought the tear was from the car accident. Yeah, no, it could. I don't think it could have been. I don't think there's any way it could have been, because he would have had extensive tests in the hospital. Theoretically, you'd have to think that. You would have to think that. You'd have to know that, surely. And then he would have had tests before the Garcia fight, which would have shown it. Tests after the Garcia fight, which would have shown it. So this looks new, my friend. This looks new. What's going on? What's going on? Tyson Fury possibly pulling out. Tyson's wife has just had a baby recently, and apparently there were complications with the birth. They managed to revive the baby, though. The baby was, yeah, the baby is alive, little girl. What's going on? Danny took Thurman's elbow, and now he took Spence's retina. Danny Garcia, okay. I hope the baby will be fine. Tyson Fury's baby, yeah, seems fine now. Seems fine now. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm not going to really talk about the baby, because the Furies are known to lie so much. You don't know what's true and what's false. So I'm not mentioning anything about the baby. I don't want to talk about the baby, because you never know what's what. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's what. You don't know what to believe and what not to believe. So in that instance, I'll just put that to one side. So I ain't going to talk about the baby. I ain't going to do that. Okay, so let's listen to some of what John Fury had to say with regards to the fight itself. I'm not going to cover anything that I've covered in the video that I made earlier on today. So these are going to be talking about two totally different things. Okay, so let's have a little listen to John.
You know, and he sort of like lost his bit of movement what he had, for my money. You know, he used to be elusive, used to be awkward, coming at you from all different styles. He's gone a bit one-dimensional, because what they're trying to do, they're concentrating too much on a knockout.
And you hear squeaking, you hear some squeaky chair action. That's from Big John. He's got a similar squeaky chair to me, but that's his squeaks. Carry on, John.
And all of a sudden, what happens to crunk fighters? They either knock the man out or they get knocked out themselves. And that's what I don't want to happen. So I say, look, mix the crunk, what you do best, mix the two together. Become a box fighter and do it in intervals. When the time is right, fighting. When the time is wrong, boxing.
You know, I gotta say, Big John made sense there. Big John Fury, he did make sense there. Let's see if I can narrow this in.
Elusive, used to be awkward.
Let's line this up. Cal L up in the building. Salute the Combat Nation. Excellente. Enchanté.
He talked for 2 minutes, you know, and I've witnessed it firsthand, and I've thought to myself, you know what? This ain't making sense to me. You know, and he sort of like lost his bit of movement what he had, for my money. You know, he used to be elusive, used to be awkward, coming at you from all different styles. He's gone a bit one-dimensional, because what they're trying to do, they're concentrating too much on a knockout. And all of a sudden, what happens to crunk fighters? They either knock the man out or they get knocked out themselves. And that's what I don't want to happen. So I say, look, mix the crunk, what you do best, mix the two together. Become a box fighter and do it in intervals. When the time is right, fighting. When the time is wrong, boxing.
That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. In fact, should have had something up on the screen at that time. At that precise time. Where is it? Is that it? Where is it? Is that it? Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense from Big John Fury. He says the crunk fighters
you know, and he's sort of like lost his bit, gone a bit one-dimensional, because what they're trying to do, they're concentrating too much on a knockout. And all of a sudden, what happens to crunk fighters? They either knock their man out or they get knocked out themselves.
Dime. That's some strong talk. Jimmy Hill up in the business. Jimmy Hill ready to throw hands up in the business. OMG. John Fury making some damn good points from John Fury. But we have to talk about, you can actually get your votes in here. How come I ain't got the poll facility? How come I ain't got that button to press for poll? What's going on? Let me have a look. Let me just do a check on the YouTube, see if I got that button or I have to activate another button to get that button. Let me have a look. Oh, I don't have it. I don't have that button. Gonna have to get that button so we can do some live polls. But anyway, nonetheless, regardless. Let's have a vote in the chat. You haven't done that for a while. Let's bring you some excitement. Yeah, so just write down the percentage that you believe, the percentage point that you believe will be associated with the fight happening. So write down the percentage chance that you believe Fury Wilder 3 will happen on October the 9th, the stated date. So if you believe 100% it's going to happen, write down 100%. If you're only 50%, write down 50%. If you don't believe it's going to happen on the stated date, then it's got to be under 50%. Okay, so get that in the chat if you would be so kind. But in the meantime, in comes the man like the Iron Kong.
Rafi, what going on, man? Who's that dapper gentleman there? Is that Iron Chin John Fury?
That is indeed the iron-chinned John Fury. Right,
well, nice to see the granite jawed fellow, looking young, looking, you know what I mean, strapping. 16 ounces. But you know, what's up, Rafi? What's up, bro?
Yo, man, it's Friday the 13th today, you know.
Is it?
I kind of got shook.
Why?
Friday the 13th, supposed to be an unlucky day, and you know, where accidents can happen. And you know, I was out on my bike today. I was a little bit, I was extra vigilant. Couldn't take no chances, extra vigilant. So it's Friday the 13th, so, you know, I had a little bit suspicion. Nothing that bad's ever happened to me on Friday the 13th. It's just when I checked my timepiece and I saw it was Friday the 13th, I said, OMG. As a matter of fact, it still is, but anyway. Other than that, yeah, good. I've been on the aqua, heavily on the aqua today, you know, kind of detoxing the whatever, what's the cream soda. So yeah, it's all good in the hood. Nice day as well. We've had a nice summer. We've had a really nice summer. We really can't complain. But yeah, all good over here in the UK. Oh, there was a mass shooting though. There was a mass shooting in Plymouth. That's the southern tip, port country. I think it's Plymouth. Some guy, a 21-year-old virgin, Yeah, literally 22-year-old virgin. I don't know where he got the gun, what kind of the firearm it was, but he took out 6 people, including his mother and allegedly a baby.
Well, damn, Rafi.
Yeah, yeah. And so, you know, in the UK, mass shooting, that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, you don't often hear that. You don't often hear about mass shootings. I mean, I've heard about stabbing dudes, but
Yeah.
gun crime in the UK is not something that I often hear about.
It
So,
happens, but not on this scale. That's ridiculous.
wow, this is
He had a
awful, bro.
gun license, apparently. Well, yeah, because it could have been farmland. So farmers still have the shotguns and what have you.
Okay, true.
The firearm was legal. Any motive? Yeah, he was 22-year-old virgin. Apparently, he was on social media sites and certain, they got, what do they call him? Incel. I never heard of him. Incel. I think incel. Well, it stands for celibate. Involuntarily celibate. Involuntarily celibate. And apparently he did lots of writings about being
Oh my
celibate,
God.
not having it,
So hold on.
never having had a female, not having female. You can't laugh, Carl. You can't laugh. These people kill people over this.
Hold on. Involuntarily celibate, meaning this man just can't get a nanny.
You can't get the lady fruit.
Not even a mampy?
But yo, mampy, anorexic. Did I tell you I had an anorexic lady one time? I admitted to the mampy, so I'm gonna have to admit to the anorexic lady. So true story, by the way. So anyway, yeah, that is the motive. Incel, involuntarily celibate, age 22. And as a consequence, he thought he just shut up the area, including his mother and apparently a toddler. So, you know, goes from, it's kind of crazy. It really, it's kind of crazy. So, yeah. So he just shut up the place. Shut up the place with a legal firearm.
Rafi, you listen. Wow. Anyway, I'm not gonna say much more. I'll leave that because it's a sad situation. I'll leave that.
Yeah, you're not gonna touch that.
Yeah, I'll leave that because I mean, if nobody died, I could make the jokes, but people died, and I'll leave it.
It is sad story. Innocent dead. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Man shot his mother as well.
Bumbo.
When you're shooting up your mother, I mean, I have no words. I have no words.
Man.
Mad. Sorry, but mad.
Bumbo.
Mad. Mad.
Well, speaking of mad, the Furies. So you.
Nice segue.
Let's not digress too far off of this.
Let's not digress too far.
What's happening? John Fury talking reckless again, running his mouth again like he about something. I'm realizing I'm seeing more and more John Fury content on these so-called YouTube media pages.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, since when has John Fury become an interesting person? This man scooped out somebody's eyeball. Since when?
Well, I mean, John Fury, well, he's always been a bit of a character because he's always been in the corner or thereabouts. He's always been at the press conferences. When did he? I mean, Klitschko and this Mr. Absentee Fury, Tyson, Luke. That was like 6 years ago now, and Big John was a big presence even then. So I think almost as long as Tyson Fury's been known, Big John's been known. You know. Then he was missing. Big John's missing because he was in prison, wasn't he? Yeah. Yeah. So 5 years. 5 years. I don't think he was there for. Was he there for the Klitschko fight, or was he in jail? Probably in jail still, or couldn't travel, couldn't leave the country. So Big John's been a big personality for some time now.
Can't travel.
He couldn't travel. He couldn't travel. Still can't travel.
Well, he a traveler though. How come he can't travel?
He can't travel outside the country because of his conviction. So, I think he may be able to go someplace, but he can't go to America. They don't accept ice scoopers in America.
Yeah. Fortunately for them.
Fortunately for them, you sound a bit distant there, Kong. Fortunately for them.
I sound distant, you said?
A little bit distant.
Oh, I don't know. I'm on my headphones, so
That's all right. Don't worry. You're still audible.
The headphones ain't really doing too much for me. I don't know. I've been having some audio issues. I had to go out and come back in. So yeah, I don't know.
You're audible.
No problem. So what's happening with John Fury? What's his problem now?
Okay, so basically, because you know Tyson's had a little child recently, last week.
Again?
Yeah. It's got about 6 now. So travelers typically have large families.
Okay.
So he's got 6. I expect him to have a few more before they're through. And this little girl, apparently she had some difficulties after her birth last week, and so she's been in and out of hospital. And apparently, allegedly, I'm not going to talk on it because it's sensitive, but apparently she went out, she died, and then came back.
Oh my God.
So the I'm not going to talk on it, but that's what's being said. So understandably, I think under those circumstances, there's been some frantic. It's been kind of frantic in the household, in the Tyson Fury household, kind of frantic. And where are we now? August, September, October. So obviously, Tyson Fury has a decision to make. Does he stay with the family, or does he? Apparently, he's got 4 weeks in the UK training, and then he's going to switch training to America. So, but it's 2 months from the fight now. So Tyson Fury has a decision to make. Does he get into training, in which case he's taking the fight, or does he not? Does he stay with the family somewhat? So that's and John Fury said, well, hey, we don't know which way it's going to go yet. So that's the scene. That's the scene.
Man, that's crazy, man. I'm not going to speak. I just say, I'm not going to touch it too much because it's a very serious situation.
Yeah.
Is a hell of a thing, and
yeah.
When it comes to as man, the family really come first, So and I know how it go when you got a child who things that when you just come a bit iffy sometimes and a bit iffy.
Yes.
I never so I know how it go, how it could affect your brain and could affect other things. So
of course.
I wish the family the best,
Yes.
That's the best I could say. I ain't gonna talk too much on it. I just wish them the best and best of health to the little girl and everything, man. I mean,
I think if it's true, and John said it, Fury said it. I mean, I never know what to believe with them, but you have to give them the benefit of the doubt on this. You kind of have to give them the benefit of the doubt. You kind of have to assume it's true. And if it is true, then I think it would be legitimate if a boxer comes back and said, hey, I got a newborn baby and she died for 3 minutes and came back. I ain't going to fight in 2 months' time. I think it's legit. I think it's legit. If it's legit, then him pulling out would be legit. is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm not going,
Mm.
I'm not gonna hate on him for that. Once anything like that, bro, you do what you need to do. That's all.
Yes,
Because
yes. Compassionate,
you know,
compassionate leave. Compassionate leave.
fighting gonna take you away from your wife
Mm.
and what she need, and
Yeah.
woman gonna need a lot of support.
I support
And
that.
while she might say, go ahead and do your best, I support you.
Mm.
Really and truly, your wife or your girlfriend really want you there,
Yes.
and you don't know what could happen, man. You don't want when you're in training camp
Mm.
and you're far away, maybe I
Mm.
can't do, if you're training in the States, you're
Yeah.
far away, something happened and you can't get back.
Mm. Mm.
So yeah, man. I mean, that's that's rough. That's rough. But if Tyson Fury have these issues,
Yeah.
he gotta consider being around his wife at this time.
Yeah.
I've seen people take a year off,
Mm.
and because they had a healthy child. You said Callum Smith, after he won the World Boxing Super Series,
Yeah.
he just took a year off.
Yeah.
I mean, he took a whole year off to build his I don't know if it was his wife or his girlfriend at the time,
Yeah.
and then newborn. And I've seen people do that already. Just take a whole year off, sportsmen, and and come back after.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not gonna jump on Tyson and them people. If that's the case, I know how it goes as a married man and I got two small children.
Yeah.
Your wife might say something with her mouth, but she don't
Mm-hmm.
really. She might say she supports you and go
Yeah.
ahead. It's cool. I'm fine. We're all right. But trust me, you might gonna be on them. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm. Yes.
just
Yes. 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 Totally. Totally. So if she's busy up in the building, if his wife does take time off, oh no, sorry, if he takes time off, time out, excuse me. If he says he wants passionately, what do you call it? Compassionate leave. If he says he needs compassionate leave, okay. So let's outline this. I think we've got a roadmap for this. Okay. Let's do the roadmap for this. Right now, if Tyson Fury is out of the fight, he needs to declare that. He needs to say, I'm out of the fight. I need compassionate leave. I just had a child and we died for 3 minutes. I need compassionate leave. So I'm out of the fight. I think that's perfectly fair thing for him, but he's got to say it now. He has to say it now to give someone else the possibility, the opportunity to, maybe he needs to relinquish the belt.
yeah, no doubt. I mean, if he's out of the fight, he needs to be stripped of the belt,
Yeah.
and they either elevate Dillian or make Dillian fight Wilder for the belt, right?
Yes.
You can't hold the belt while you're out, sir.
No.
You need to give the belt up, go be with your family, and you
Mm.
can have the first shot coming back. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. 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 I think it's pure and simple. It's how many months it's been now? 18 and 20 months. It's been 20 months, something like that. Tyson Fury, if he needs compassionate leave, I believe he should get it. But at the same time, the belt needs to be stripped. The belt needs to be stripped. And Dillian White, I don't think Dillian White should get the belt. I think he should have to fight someone for the belt. The belt should, I don't think people like being given the belt either. Should fight Deontay Wilder for the belt. Let's get some responses. Let's get some responses from the people on that point, because I think we cleared it up. I think we cleared it up, Kang. Pure and simple. If Tyson Fury needs compassionate leave, then he should relinquish the belt, or he should have the belt took. Should have the belt took. And let Dillian White fight for the belt. Fight who? Fight Deontay Wilder Although Deontay Wilder will never, I don't think, won't accept that. He won't fight Dillian White. He's shown no interest in fighting Dillian White in the past. But he showed interest in the future. But I think that's it. I think that's it, Iron Kong. I think that's the solution. That's the solution to the conundrum. That's the way it's got to be. I think that's the fair way. I'm going to go in the chat and see what they're saying as we wrap this thing up. Okay, what are they saying? What are they saying? I hope not. I hope not. How long can these belts be held hostage? Maybe Fury drops them. Others can battle for them. It needs to be, he needs to relinquish it. The WBC, Mauricio Suleiman needs to get in contact with him and say, Tyson, Luke, I understand you're going through a very rough time at the moment. So what we suggest is that if you wish to have compassionate leave, then we will accommodate you with compassionate leave. But if you're not in a position to fight for the belt in October, then you either take it away, we will relinquish. Is there a better word, a nicer word than relinquish? Then you can relinquish the belt, or we will take the belt from you on a temporary basis. Or what did they do? What did they do? Champion in recess? That's another option. That's another option. You get
champion in recess, champion emeritus. That's why you had it. I mean,
yeah,
it's all sorts of ways they could do this. It's just, is it the WBC wants to play ball with Dillian White? They still don't want to actually say he's mandatory. Oh, it's gonna be decided after Wilder and Fury fight. What? Just call him mandatory now.
Call him mandatory now. Call him mandatory now. So yeah, champion in recess, champion emeritus, whatever you want. I think that would be a sweet one. Because if they tell Tyson Fury they're going to strip him of the belt because of inactivity, which they can do, I'm sure, then it could be, he could react badly. He could get upset. I'll never fight for the I'll never do this. I'll never do that. But if they say, hey, we're making you champion emeritus, champion in recess, then hey, people, I think we've solved the riddle, man. There's a number of options there where Tyson Fury gets the belt taken from him, and he can either fight for it when he comes back, or he's champion in recess. So he still fights for it when he comes back. He gets first dibs when he comes back. Who can complain about that?
Well, probably Tyson, because he's very selfish like that. So he'll probably figure, I can keep the belt and not fight. Why are you stripping me? This is gypsy discrimination. Listen, man, just go take care of your family and let the division move on, sir.
Yes.
I mean, let's just
Yes. That's
say something now early, as Rafi said.
Yeah.
So people can start training and move on, bro.
Yeah.
What's this?
Yeah. Fury can't sit back, watch all the work being done, then clean up last second, drop him down to number 10.
Harsh.
Oh, strong words from Timothy Thomas. Strong words. But hey,
I would hate to have you as my headmaster. You'll be handing out knots and
knots and crosses. So that's Timothy Thomas. 120 mil wasn't enough. That ransom is expensive. PCR, true that indeed. If this is true, for the innocent child for a innocent child for a healthy recovery. Nonetheless, Furies are a tricky bunch of rascals. Still no title defense. Yeah, it's got to be dropped out. It's got to be chopped out. They got to chop him out of this thing. They have to drop him out or chop him out. Either way. Champion in recess. Yeah, champion in recess seems perfectly fine, or just strip him, whatever you like. Interim champ like UFC, well, interim champ like Dillian White,
Yeah,
and
Dillian's already interim champ.
yeah. Feel sorry for Wilder and PBC out. Should they receive some kind of compensation? They should in a sense, because for once Wilder appears to be the victim here in a sense, because he's getting jerked around.
No compensation.
No compensation for
If
Wilder.
you take compensation, you shouldn't get a fight then. If you want whatever, we can order you a fight on October 9th with Dillian White. Big money.
Yeah. Yes. Big money. World championship. World champion. He's fighting for the championship, because Fury's been stripped, or he's champion emeritus, or recess, whatever. And then he's got a certain amount of time, like Pacquiao, to come back. Well, no, he can come back at his leisure. What's going on here? Compensation. So no compensation. He just fights. The compensation is a fight. Yes,
That's all it is.
Is a fight.
WBC orders another fight. Well, based on the contractual situation, I guess they might have a case. But if I'm Wilder, I'm like, okay, let's sue for compensation, but the WBC has to order another fight, because I'm ready to go. Because I don't think that contract had anything to do with the WBC belt. That just was a fight between them.
Yeah. Yes.
So now the belt should be vacated and a purse bid be called. A purse bid be called. There's an interim champion of WBC. So Dillian White still outranks Deontay Wilder. There's a purse bid called, vacate the belt, call a purse bid, make the fight happen. That's all. Easy as that.
Easy as that. Very simple. Very, very simple. What's going on here? He has no case. Your video was totally legit. Well, yeah, for those who don't know, the American fella who claims that I violated his copyright when I made a video of his video, saying that he wants to see a picture of the 100,000 people that were standing in the StubHub line. Kai. He made a live about me. Somebody tipped me off. And I caught a little bit of it. But I appealed. I appealed the decision. Now, when you appeal the decision, you have to fill in a written form stating the exact reasons why you appeal. So I looked at the criteria for appeals, and news item can be transformed. It can be a news item. It can be transformative, so it transforms the original piece. Critique. That's another criteria. There are a bunch of criteria. So I looked at all of that criteria that fit, and I put them in to the form, and I made it a nice legal letter, and I sent it off. You send it to YouTube. Now, two things can happen. One, they feel that your criteria or was insufficient, or they feel that you have potentially a legal argument. In which case, in the former case, they just dump it and boom, that's on you. In the latter case, they forward that form to the complainant. Now, it's up to the complainant now. The ball is in the complainant's court, how they wish to proceed. So I've got through that stage. It's been forwarded to the complainant. And also I thought, well, there's other options as well. You can actually message the complainant. So I thought, you know what? Yeah, make it plain that I'm doing everything in my powers to, reach some arrangement. So I forwarded an email. Now, he talked about me forwarding the email in his live. I don't know why he's playing love music, though. I don't understand that. But anyway, love songs. I don't understand. Anyway, he said that I didn't apologize. Well, my point is I don't have anything to apologize for. What I did was legal. So why would I apologize for doing something which is legal? So I don't get that. But in any case, he has not responded. He has not sent a response email. So if he's trying to allege that I was rude, then surely that him not responding to the email, surely that is rude. But anyway, so that's the state of affairs. He's made a live on it with a number of what I consider to be inaccuracies. He has not contacted me. I contacted him, so I'm the bigger man. And also, he said in his live that I was weak, or I looked weak, physically weak. And I don't know how you establish that from a headshot. But anyway, what I say to that is, if you wish, I shan't call your name, you didn't call mine, but if you wish, I can post up photos of me hoisting men up in the air and throwing them through the air. I don't think I'd be able to do that if I were weak. So if you wish me to do that, I can accommodate you on that, my good friend. Of course, there was matting available, so, no fatalities, but weakness is not one of my characteristics, dear sir. So you've got that wrong. But yeah, I'm open to you responding via email as I responded to you. I'm the bigger man here, I think. But I'm open to communication. So.
Man, Rafi, these guys are some real idiots, man. If it didn't bother him, really, you got you all of that.
Yeah.
So that video must have really stung him. Then you really caught him, and you
well, the thing is this. He's alleging that it was the video was a joke. He's alleging that it was a joke when he said he wants to see a picture of 100,000 people standing in the StubHub queue. So, but if it was a joke, as you quite rightly point out, then why would you be so hurt?
Man is hurt. The man went through all of this. Nah, man, you caught him. You exposed idiocy. He's not pleased with it, and now he's going through all this. Look here, man. Just take the L and move on, sir. That's all. You look really stupid.
Take the L. Take the L, man. You're making it a bigger L by fighting this damn thing. I mean, legally, I think I'm on solid ground, brother. I'm on solid ground, brother. And let's be clear. I'm not trying to crush you. Sorry, I had to take a little bit of aqua. I'm not trying to crush you, brother. But it's a joke, man. I mean, what you did, listen, there's comedic value in the piece which you made, and I brought out the comedic value. There was an element that was missing from your piece, and I brought it out, and I made it a new piece, a new original piece. My piece is original. It's transformative. What you did something, and I transformed it. I used a little bit of it in a transformative and comedic and critical manner. So it was news, it was transformative, it was critical, it was a critique, and it was comedic. Those are 4 elements, my friend. And you say it was supposed to be a joke. You asked for a picture. You said you said you did a Google search looking for a picture of 100,000 people standing in a StubHub queue. You said it, my friend. You said that. I made a video about that. It's comedy. It's not meant to crush you as a human being. You got to be able to hold an L from time to time and keep it moving.
Them boy too sensitive, man. Don't mind them boy.
Too sensitive. What should I? Am I supposed to play Ralph Transvescent? Sensitivity? Yeah. Is that what I should do right now?
Yeah.
Sensitivity. Sensitivity. Goodness gracious, man. Come on, bro. You're supposed to be a cop. I hope you're not so sensitive when you're on when you're on the job.
But them is the most sensitive and insecure in Rafi. That's why they brutalize people so in America. And police.
Damn. Supposed to be a cop. Supposed to be a cop.
Babylon. Them boy.
Oh man, come on, brother. You just gotta toughen up, brother. You need some tougher skin. You need some tougher skin, brother. You know, I'm just making a comedy video, a transformative video, a news piece, a critical piece. That's all. Ain't no need for no hard feelings. Can you imagine fighters wanting a piece of the action? David Hay, Tony Bellew, and all of them. And all of them people. And all of them people. Physical weak. He sounds
Them boys soft, man. Them boys soft, you know, and you know, it's them type of boy always want to go be Babylon, always want to be in uniform because they could carry out, you know, the brutality on people and project the insecurities and the real internal weakness upon people, you know,
yeah,
and hide behind the badge and the authority, you know. Them
yeah.
boys soft, you check. Don't mind them there, Rafi. You know. So Rafi, you doing any fight picks for tomorrow in Eddie Hearn Garden fights?
I'm gonna do something tomorrow where everybody can get their pick. Hold on, you want to do some picks right now?
Not really, because I don't really know much people there.
Yeah,
On,
yeah,
on the card. I mean, it's really people. I mean, I guess I know Boatsi, but
yeah,
I'm not quite sure what Boatsi is. If he's domestic, if he's world, I don't know. So you
yeah.
know, Boatsi to me, out of all these light heavyweights in England, is the one being left behind.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna touch it tomorrow. But you know, Boatsi's not one of my favorite fighters. I gotta make a disclaimer.
Okay.
He don't excite me. He don't excite me. He's good and he's getting better. He's with Virgil Hill or Hunter, whatever his name is. And some people think that's good. Some people think that's not so good. Um,
Do you watch do you watch Virgil Ortiz fight? I know he's fighting this guy Kavliauskas tomorrow.
all of them
Uh,
fights I'm not going to be watching because it's going to be like 3 a.m. in the morning over here.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
So all of them fights, hopefully, you know what happens? It stays on my mind and I want to go to sleep and I go to sleep. And so oftentimes I wake up. Boom, as the thing starts. And I hope that doesn't happen tomorrow. I just hope I can divorce myself from it. I'll talk about it on Sunday. But I hope it don't stay on my mind and wake me up, which often happens. And I think probably will happen again. But I'm going to try and ignore it. I want to sleep. I want to get a good night's sleep. I want to wake up. I just want to be fresh. I can't let these 3 a.m. cards, 4 a.m. cards, 5 a.m. Main events. I can't do that. I can't do
Yeah.
that. You know.
Well, look, you know, my headphones dying out on a Rafi, so I
Yeah,
gotta
man.
ease off before you know. I don't want to be ill mannered, you know. But peace to you, brother. Peace to the chat. And tell the boy, the Babylon boy, to fall back, you check and hold the L.
I hope he just
Peace.
relaxes, bro. But much appreciation for the Iron Kong jumping on to help entertain the people. Yeah, it's getting petty out there, man. It's getting petty. You may follow him still living in the 90s. Hey, man, I really didn't mean to. I didn't mean to hurt you. That's a bad example. I didn't mean to cause any upset. Big up Joshua, yeah. He's talented. Don't really excite me, but he is talented. Hey, did knock out that guy in the last fight really well. Really nice, crisp knockout. I might touch something tomorrow. Might touch something tomorrow. What's going on here? Smoking. How can you not like JB? How can you can't be a Lucian? A Lucian. I don't know what a Lucian is. Lucian. Devil? No, I didn't say I didn't like him. Didn't say that. I just said I didn't find him the most scintillating, you know? The most scintillating. Didn't find him the most scintillating. You know, no fight at all. No fight at all. Okay. So absolutely big up the Iron Kong. Much appreciation. Okay, folks. Well, should I bring in a little bit more music? Okay, so that's been it. Much appreciation for everybody who jumped on. jumped into the chat. Yeah, hopefully he can move up beyond EU level, European level after this. Yeah. So, hey, big up everybody who jumped on. Big up Iron Kong for jumping in the chat, on the chat. Big up everybody for jumping in the chat. Big up everybody listening, both now and in the future. Okay, it's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Tyson Fury. Needs to be stripped or moved, made champion emeritus or champion in recess, so we can get this damn thing on the road. Let's get this damn thing on the road. Good luck to Tyson Fury and fam, but he needs to be made champion in recess or whatever. But he needs to step out of the way if he doesn't take the fight. He should have compassionate leave. He should have the right to compassionate leave. And he needs to make his decision like now. So we can get this thing moving, get Dillian White up in the mix. Make the belt vacant. Dillian White gets to fight for it. And if Deontay Wilder wants to jump in there, then cool, and the gang, we can do that. Deontay Wilder gets first dibs. If he turns it down, he turns it down. That's on him. That's on him, but we move on. That's what should happen. It's the Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. It's the like. It's the subscribe. It's the comment. It's the comments and the shares. And it's the hitting the bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. Yeah, don't forget about the live show. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. It's Raphael Dawkins. It's the Combat Radio. I'm out. Blessed.